Here, give her a round of applause. First year teaching.
First year to teach, my 8th year teaching, I hired for Toledo Edison in the electric utility. Then I was in the lab for 3 years.
Okay, so the first year doing.
And now my 8th year teaching, my first year to chief.
Okay, fantastic. 8th year teaching, first year chief. Fantastic.
I want to tell you something else.
Yes, ma'am. Nope, right here.
I had left the urban population for a year, and I missed working with this group of students. So I came back, and Achieve is giving me this opportunity.
Fantastic. Why'd you miss them?
More rewarding working with these students.
Interesting. More rewarding working with these students. Isn't that something?
But it's difficult.
Oh, say it again?
It's difficult.
Oh, it's difficult. Absolutely. You better believe it's difficult. Nobody said it would be easy. But see, it's not the fact if it's difficult, is it worth it? She left urban to do whatever she wanted to do, but yet something pulled her back because it was the sense of purpose, as we said before. See, without a sense of purpose, life has no meaning. When life has no meaning, life has no value. When life has value, we're in trouble. That's why the suicide rate among teens is at an all-time high, because these kids are dying without a sense of purpose. Do you understand that what it is we do here is about saving lives? It's about connecting, engaging, helping kids to understand why they're here, that they're not a mistake, no matter what their parents told them, no matter how their father treated them, whether they have a father or not, that they're still important. And I'm sure, Aaron, I'm not sure what you do. What grade do you teach? First grade. First grade. She has the babies. Kindergarten and first grade, they come to you full of energy, full of potential, full of life. Aaron's job is crucial because in first grade, she sets the foundation. But yet, she has a smile on her face. And I'm sure that if we got to know Erin, that we would find out that she is someone of significance, someone of value, someone of purpose, someone who loves what it is she does, who loves her family, who loves the essence of teaching. And if we truly got to know Erin, then we will support her because we understand the higher sense of purpose behind what Erin does. And that's what's important. We come to the back of the room here, and I know my camera lady, she's like, why are you moving around? I'm sorry. Just happens. Came back here early this morning, interacted with these wonderful educators here, and we talked a little bit. Now, how do you pronounce your name, Ms. Woods? Your first name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, okay. Lindsay, when I came back, and I tried the karaoke thing here, and Lindsay kind of had that look on her face like, get out of my face, okay? Get out of my face. It's too early in the morning for this. I don't know you. You know, but the thing about it is, once we got to know each other, then we engaged, right? We shook hands, and all of a sudden, it was about what? Relationships. So if I really got to know Lindsay, what grade do you teach, Lindsay?
5th through 8th.
So 5th through 8th grade. So she has 5th through 8th. If I really got to know her, would I find out that she's really someone who really loves kids? Absolutely. And so it's all about what? Building relationships. Am I making you shy? She's like, get out of here. I understand. But I do it because the connection here, what are you guys laughing at? What? You guys know something I don't know? It's okay. It's all right. But the thing about it is, I came back here and I built a relationship because I was getting to know people. We shook hands, we engaged, we laughed a little bit, and that's what it's all about. So when we understand the greater sense of what if you realize how powerful you are powerful beyond measure. Earlier this morning, this lady here in orange, I don't know her name. You knew I was coming. Now, I came back this morning, and I'm talking to this wonderful lady, and what was the conversation?
We volunteered for karaoke at this table.
This was the volunteer karaoke, okay? All right. So do you know American Pie? The song American Pie?
Brutal. I've done it once.
Do you know it?
It's brutal.
Do you know American Pie? You guys know American Pie? Anybody know? No? Okay, so let me test this group here. Let me test this group. So you guys know American Pie? Seriously, really? You guys know American Pie? All right. Let's see. Let me see if I remember American Pie. We're going to see here. Where? Where is it? No. As a group. Who knows it? Who? Where? You know American Pie? You know? Get over here, man. Come here, man. You know the song American Pie?
Yeah.
Cyrus Jones, folks. Get this on record. Cyrus Jones, okay?
You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so you want me to start it?
No, I got you.
You got me.
Yeah.
So you're going to back me up?
Oh, yeah. You
Okay.
got it? You ready? Come on, let's do this.
I'm right. Okay, so, all right, so, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going bye,
Bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, saying,
this is the day that I die.
oh, come on again. This will be the day that I die. Oh, give this man a round of... Okay, this is a different group. Incredible. Now, I know you guys are like, are you kidding me? Sir, I want to submit your name to American Idol, please. You, yes. I see you. All right. Amazing. Now, in the essence, as we move on, as I've lost my clicker once again, but that's okay. If anybody sees it, let me know. So now the question is, what did I just do in a matter of a few minutes? Through a song that probably 90% of America knows, some of us don't, but what did I do as I walked around the room? It was about the essence of what? Relationships. It was about the essence of understanding why we do what we do and how we do what we do. So when we begin to understand helping kids, helping students, helping them to achieve, we begin to realize the greater sense of purpose and the greater sense of value through that. It's about connecting. It's about understanding why we're here. And it's the greatest sense of what we do. So since I lost my clicker, somebody finds it, let me know. Not in my pockets. I think I left it on the table back there. But here's the deal. You got it? Can somebody bring it to me? Somebody bring it? All right. Thank you. See, you don't have to be perfect to run a seminar. Thank you very much. So, you know, when we begin to talk about a phenomenal woman, I talk about and I think about Miss Ritchie. I think about someone who did something, a woman of presence, someone who really did something special for me. But then I think about influence. And I think about Dr. Coates. And I'll get to Miss Ritchie in a minute. But I want to paint a picture here. We never know the influence that we have in someone's life. We look at Dr. Coates, we look at his attributes and what he's done with this great group, what he started, but I read about a woman who influenced his life, a woman named Leona. I read about his mother. Read her little bio yesterday, and it was incredible because as I read about this woman, she lived in a rural area, believed in education, did very well in education. I believe in the bio it said something about there was a slight setback, but yet she pushed forward anyway. And I imagine what type of woman she was to instill in a son the virtue, the value, the seed of greatness, to achieve great things. So see, it's all about presence and it's all about influence, and so much so that he named this great organization after his mother, and I think that is just absolutely phenomenal. And so I wanted to share that with you. I read that story and I was touched. It was amazing. You never know the influence people have in your life, the greatness that you have. And so when you begin to look at that, as teachers, sometimes we are mothers and fathers. We are those people of influences, just the way Miss Ritchie was an influence for me. And a greater sense of purpose of what we do here is looking at how we bring value. And for me, a few years ago, I decided that I wanted to go back and I wanted to find Miss Ritchie. I wanted to try to see if I could find her. And so I started to search. I searched everywhere trying to find this woman who had inspired me to be great, and I couldn't find her. But then eventually I tracked her down. She was living in a place called Fairborn, Ohio by Wright State University. And I remember I got on the phone and I started calling. And I'm calling all the Ritchies, and then all of a sudden there was a Betty Jean Ritchie. And I called it. Guy picks up the phone, it's her husband. Says, hello. I said, yes, my name is Mark Anthony Garrett. I said, I'm an old student of Betty Jean Ritchie. Is she there? I wasn't sure if she had passed. And he said, yeah, she's here. I said, well, my name is Mark, and I'm an old student. I want to surprise her, so could you put her on the phone, but don't tell her it's me. So Miss Ritchie, she gets up, and she comes to the phone. And I remember that he says, hey Betty, there's somebody on the phone. She's like, well, who is it? No, some guy selling carpet. Get on the phone, you know. So she gets on the phone, and she says, hello. And my heart's beating a mile a minute. Scared to death. about what I'm going to say to the woman who inspired me to be great. How do you do that? Well, the thing about it is that we talked for a minute, and I said, Miss Ritchie, I said, it's Mark Anthony. I said, it's Mark Anthony Garrett, 1977, Kitty Hawk Elementary School, But before I said my name, before I said that, she says, who is this? I said, well, Miss Ritchie, she says, oh, Mark Anthony Garrett. She says, how you doing, son? My heart was beating a mile a minute, and it was a real surreal moment. And I said, Miss Ritchie, I said, yeah, it's me. It's Mark Anthony. I says, but how'd you know? It's been so long. And Miss Ritchie, she says, Mark, I have caller ID. So, after the embarrassment of, it's been some years back, right? So it's like 99, So after the embarrassment of this, I'm like, okay, Miss Ritchie, caller ID. And so I started spazzing off. Miss Ritchie, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And all of a sudden, she says, Mark, why don't you come see me? So we set it up. What you saw in the video was a rehearsed version when we did a documentary, but I went to her house and I remember knocking on the door and she answered the door. And I walked up. And she opened up and I didn't know what to say. I said, Miss Ritchie, I said, how you doing? I remember I hugged her and I picked her up and she's like, put me down. So, so I put her down and we walked inside and we sat down and we talked about everything, about life, about purpose, about the transformation, about all the things that you guys do every day. And, I told her how significant she was to me and she starts crying and I start crying. She had a little toy poodle, it's crying. So everything is crying and we're just in a spiritual moment. Now, remember, I got up and I asked her, I said, Miss Ritchie, I said, I want to do something bigger with my life. I want to make a difference. And she made me promise. She says, do you promise to fight for them? I says, ma'am. She says, will you fight for everyone who can't fight for themselves? Will you fight for every teacher and every child who's out here trying to make the world a better place? Will you